Hi, g'day folks. As I mentioned before, just going to do a bit of a video. I'm down by the river at this old pump. At the Murray, just in Berry. And there's the Berry Hotel down there. And they've got all these rooms and that available. And they carry on down there because that's their riverside, Berry Riverside holiday park. And they've got absolutely everything in there, but can't get a full view of it from here. But there's the river again, just swinging around. And there's a couple of signs here. Ducks. Some ducks. So this is about the pump. You can pause and read that. This is the Bandit. It's a 1250 S, and it's 2008 model, and it's still got under 20,000 on the clock. I've got a few bikes, so you know. Actually, I don't do as much riding as I should. ABS, bit of a pain in the arse. I'm not a big fan of ABS. Couldn't give a shit about it. I'd rather know what the brakes are doing from my controlling. It's got the Yoshi pipe, got a K&N filter, had a remap. Yeah, she's a bit of a boogie machine, likes to get up and boogie alright. These blocks here raise up the bars. They're a good mod. That stuff was already done actually before I got the bike. Everything I've mentioned, I haven't had to do anything to this bike. Yep. But what a machine. What a machine. Got the sliders on it. So if she goes over, not going to hurt the bike too much. And up here. This is what I was talking about, these Oxford grips. They heated up and they've done the adhesive, and I thought I had a stretch cable first, and I thought either that or, you know, I knew I thought the dirty fuel was, I must have got dirty fuel and that was making the bike run rough, and I thought this kept turning around because I must have stretched the cable, something come loose in there or something, and it ended up adhesive on the grip. And I'm talking kind of funny to you, because I've actually got on my swag on, my gear as you can see right here, and I've just gone to Bunnings, met a bloke out the front there, and I picked up this brand new jacket, Blue Dingo or something anyway. It's called the Murrumbidgee. I think it's written down here somewhere. Murrumbidgee. I'd put it on par with like a dry rider, but they're quite cheap. You go on eBay, they're only about 90 bucks. That's posted, delivered and all, I think, and they're full armour. Good armour. Nice and bloody warm. Really warm. And I'll get this off. Takes a little while to get the helmet off if the finger's a little bit cold. There you go. There you go, I've done it. Alright, so here I am. I've got to look at my bloody ugly mug. Probably better, look better with the bloody thing on, I bet. Anyway, let me swing you back around. So we got another plaque here. This is the Lions Club plaque for an Ellen Glacy. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Not sure about the pronunciation there. And there's another sign up here for Jimmy James. Yeah, you can pause and read that and enlarge it, whatever you do on your screen. I won't go into that. There's another plaque down there. We'll go and have a look. Go and have a look down there. Yeah, so anyway, I rang this guy up and I said to him, I said, mate, I read your ad. You didn't put your jacket size up. Well, he did. I just overlooked it. Must have been looking around about 1 or 2 in the morning, and there you go. This is about Jimmy James right here. So you can, once again, pause and read that if you like. But that's all about this site here, where I am. There's the Berry to Loxton overpass bridge there. You got the river boats down along there. And this is where they have some of the world-class like speedboats and that up and down here. And they block all this whole area off and charge you to come in to watch them. But yeah, so there you go, folks. Really haven't talked much about me bike, but I will. Just reason I got the Suzuki Bandit. Well, I chose this bike because my step uncle, he used to race the Gixxer 750s, Bathurst. And he was sort of the one that got me into bikes, I think, if I was to blame anyone, if blame's a good word. And I remember going with him in 1986. We went up to Bathurst in one of those little Suzuki trucks. We were really packed in and we had the bike on the back, and, you know, there was a shootout that year at Bathurst, and we were eating in the Pizza Hut, if you remember that place. We were eating in the Pizza Hut, and it was down on the intersection where there was a bit of a shootout going on. We could hear shots fired and stuff from there. But anyway, we didn't know what the hell was going on till we read it the next day in the paper. But anyway, he come 26, I believe, world class, which was pretty good for a bloke that had his own bike. Pretty well self-managed and just riding, although he did work in the back workshop there from time to time when he showed up for Suzuki South on South Road at near Mitchell Park in South Australia, Adelaide. And then he went to Sydney. Well, he got a bit, let's just say life got a bit messy for him, you know. He was doing well, and he was a revhead in more ways than one, if you know what I mean. And I won't go into too much. I won't say his name for privacy reasons. But he showed up to sign a deal with Yamaha. They flew from America to meet him at the Sydney International Airport. And, well, he turned up, I'll just say, in such a state that right there and then, they just ripped up the fucking contract and walked away and flew back to America. That's all I'll say about that. So, yeah, then apparently he got into a lot of trouble and stuff after that. And I hadn't seen him in all this time either, you know, like I was only a young lad back then, you know. And I was over in Perth when all that happened. Or over in WA, Kalgoorlie, whatever, Port Hedland. I don't know. I was over there anyway. Rockingham. But anyway, so sort of like a thing, you know, I've got the Harley and I've got the Triumph and all that, but there's no other bike I've got with as much poke and as much fun as this bike here. All the others are just sort of showy little things. You know, the Enfield's a good little, Interceptor's a good little zip about bike. Nice to ride something nice and light, you know, little 650. It'll do the ton easy with 2 up. So it's 160, you know, but who's doing that these days? You go 20 k's over the speed limit, your ticket's gone, you know. So anyway, the best trick you can pull off on this bike is keeping your wallet and your licence in your back pocket. Forget all the other shit. And if you want to be a mono king and, you know, all that, well, it's very easy to do on this bike. Yep, I can't say I haven't popped it from time to time. But, you know, once again, I mean, yeah, they're all doing that these days, you know. If you want to see stunt riders, go and watch some of those young girls on YouTube, you know, they're throwing the wheel right up and they're walking all over the bike. I mean, I'm not physically capable of doing that shit. No, never really. Oh, I don't know how they, you know, these are kids, you know, they just grew up on dirt bikes and stuff, and they've learned all these tricks like from young ages and stuff, you know, and they're absolutely fantastic at what they do. But when they come down, they come down. I mean, you know, and sometimes they lose their lives, and that's the cost of playing on the road. And same with speeding on the road too, you know, like I'd love to get a track bike and do track days. I've always been thinking about that. And those stunt bikes are professionally set up too, you know, they've got all the sliders and they've got more than what's on this bike. You know, they've got the wheelie bar things on the back too. Some, you know, when they practice and learn all that stuff, that's what you got to do. You can't, well, you'd be silly just to get on a bike like this and try this shit down the main street on the road, you know. Yeah, you can probably pull the wheel up a foot or something, you know, just a power wheelie or whatever, clutch up. But yeah, I don't know, like, I just, yeah, and burnouts and all that sort of stuff, well, yeah, I'm a bit of a miser there when it comes to saving me tyres, because I work on my own bikes, so I don't like doing all that shit, you know. It just makes work for me. So I'm a bit boring. But, well, anyway, at least I can say I got this far and I'm still riding. And that's the most pleasure, actually, just getting out there in the wind and having a ride. And, you know, you don't have to... you know, go to the local and get on the piss and then go riding, or just, you know, whatever. Go and have something to eat at the bakery or whatever, you know, and just get out and about, up and down through the hills and stuff, which I've got to do more of. I know I'm going to get shit for this. But anyway, I know Gary's going to fucking give me heaps of shit, because he rides his bike basically daily. And I cop it, I do. But anyway, this bike was actually a statutory repairable write-off, and I bought it already repaired, so I only paid $6,500 for this bike. And it's got, like I said, at that time it had 17,000 on the clock. So I haven't put a lot of Ks on this bike at all. And that's still the same tyre I got when I got the bike. I've only had it for about a bit over a year, I suppose, maybe 2 years, and I haven't done bugger all on it. Because over in South Australia here, we've got seasonal rego, so I only register, I've got 4 bikes, and I only register, you know, 1 bike per quarter, you know, like, and I just flip them around, so then they get to go off the road and be maintained and all that sort of thing. And then, but as riders know, maintaining a bike is also riding it. So, because, you know, everything's getting lubricated properly and all that as well. So starting them up in the shed's okay, just to throw the oil around and stuff. But anyway, now I'm starting to bloody rant. I think I've told you just about everything about this bike. Actually, I'm going to keep this bike probably forever, because my dad actually helped me get this bike, and there's a long story behind that. It's not like I'm a yuppie and Dad buys all my bikes. No, he doesn't. I've paid for all the others, and I've had more than that, you know. But this one's more or less going to be in memory of him, just put it that way. So yeah, he'll be with me wherever I am riding this bike. You know, when he's gone, you know. So that's the story behind my bike, this particular bike here. So I have 2 sentimental purposes for keeping this bike. Now I'm really starting to rant, and yeah, I've still got the old, this is a Shoei helmet, done a bit of a repair job on it. Yeah. Had to glue the liner and all that back in there properly, and the foam underneath came, you know, the foam became brittle and sort of like just started turning to dust and shit, and that was a problem, so I had to refoam it and glue the padding back in properly and that. But I'm not going to go and buy another helmet. This one's perfectly good, mate, you know. There's nothing wrong with the straps or anything. It'll still protect my head, I know that. Mightn't get on a track with it. I don't think they'll accept it on a track just because of its age. But yeah, I like that helmet. It's what is it? An RF 800. That's how old it is. It's an RF. But yeah, it's full compliant. Good enough, and it suits this bike, I think. But anyway, there you go, folks. See you later.